His Excellency, the Governor and Chancellor of Keladi, Shivappa Nayaka University of Agriculture and Horticulture Sciences, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. R.P. Jagdisha, former Vice Chancellor Dr. Nayak, distinguished guests, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a great privilege for me to be here on this beautiful new campus. I am told that this is the first convocation on this new campus, so congratulations to you, Honorable Vice Chancellor, and sir, you are the first one to have this convocation organized here, and you have come all the way from Bangalore by road, which speaks of your love for the farming community and for agriculture university. I am really very impressed and grateful to you personally. Let me first congratulate all the students who got their degrees and also awards, gold medals. Indeed, it is the most significant day in their life. They are now going to enter into new options and trying to make use of what they learned on this campus. And the best part which I could notice from the presentation of the report by Vice Chancellor, that this university has attained many new heights in the last 10 years of its existence, which is quite impressive. So many varieties, so many awards, more than 2,000 students trained, and perhaps this is the university of the kind which we had conceived in the past of rural setting. So this is in a rural setting in true sense, and it has integration of research, teaching, extension. I'm told it also has a diploma course for extension services, and this is the university which also is having colleges of horticulture and forestry, which again indicates that you have to have integration in agriculture, and no doubt this kind of bifurcation which took place in the past of having different subject-wise universities is not conducive for the growth of agriculture and for the training. Even our new education policy is now asking for multidisciplinary approach and also asking for new dimensions in terms of embracing agriculture and school education. School education, agriculture students are not generally taught in many states and therefore are not aware and don't get attracted to agriculture as a subject. Even I earlier had mentioned when I had chosen agriculture myself, all my classmates had laughed at me. But now agriculture is a respectable profession. I would like to say that we are celebrating 75th year of our independence, and in this we
must have a legitimate pride of having a paradigm shift from begging bowl status to that of self-sufficiency and even to the level of export. We have emerged one of the 7 most important agriculturally nations and are exporting worth about $50 billion per annum. Agriculture still is contributing about 20% to the national GDP, despite all other sectors which are playing their own important role, whereas industry also has not been able to achieve more than 25%. So we are still much in terms of our contribution, and we, beside contribution, retaining about 50% of the population. So around agriculture, 50% of the people have their livelihood, which is again an important. We had been saying in the past that India is an agriculturally important nation. Bharat एक कृषि प्रधान देश है. But now the time has come that we have to make किसान को प्रधान, farmer first. And for that, we have to appreciate the initiatives taken by the government lately, that we now have changed the name of the Ministry of Agriculture from agriculture to that of agriculture and farmers welfare. Prime Minister is concerned about doubling the farmers' income. We are all aware that no doubt we have achieved now food self-sufficiency. Our horticulture production has excelled, even the food grain production. We have now white, blue and green revolutions. But for green revolution, when I asked Dr. Borlaug, who had provided us the seeds of dwarf wheat, that having achieved green revolution in India, why this revolution is not happening in Africa, because you are working now for last 20 years there. And the reply was that I can't have the policy support of the kind that we got in India. Where are the policy makers? Where are the leaders who say that everything else can wait but not agriculture? Where are the leaders who can say that Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, and then Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan? And now recently our Prime Minister had said, also added Jai Anusandhan. So without research, possibly all these cannot happen. And the second point which Borlaug said was that we don't have institutions of the kind you have in this country. Our National Agriculture Research System has come a long way. We have now more than 104 institutions in the Indian Council of Agriculture Research. 30 of those were created during my time, and we have now more than 75 state agricultural universities. When I was studying at Indian Agriculture Research Institute, that was the only premier institution for higher studies. But then Pantnagar came in 1960, and now we have got more than 75, and this university is also one of those new incarnations in terms of imparting education. Having mentioned all this, I would say that we have had long way in achieving all these goals, but now we have the challenges of second generation problem, factor productivity decline, concern of soil health, concern of water going down, concern also of not getting enough return for the effort that farmer is making. So concern of linking farmer to market. We need to link the farmer to market. We have to make sure that the opportunities are more. We need to also diversify agriculture. We will need to provide better knowledge to our farmers, and we have to see that we have not only secondary but specialty agriculture. We have the peri-urban agriculture, we have vertical agriculture, and we embrace science. And also we need to produce more of these trained human resource. And in that context, now there is a paradigm shift required, and that is that we need not all have the graduates trained in the universities for white collar jobs, but they should also be job creators. They should be entrepreneurs. They should be good extension advisory service agents. They should be also efficient input providers. So I see that there are enough opportunities and lot of challenges before the young generation. Having achieved the household food security, our current problem, which globally is also there, of eliminating the hunger. Hunger, especially hidden hunger, hunger of malnourished children. And we have children below 5 years of age who are, out of 5, there are 3 malnourished children in our country, and we have the largest concentration. So what we need now is next revolution for household nutrition security. And for nutrition security, I see a very important role of our women. Women to not only educate the children, but also to control the population and to provide nutritious food. And COVID-19 has taught us very clearly that we need to now depend more on local food systems. The local food systems are very important. We seem to have neglected them in our, fancy for wheat, rice, maize, and so on. And in that respect, many of these local foods have remained neglected. UN has announced 2013 as year of millets, and this region, Karnataka, is especially known for millets and minor millets. And for those, we have to do more research. We must have to see that farmers are benefited. We need to diversify agriculture. As you see in this particular region, which is around Western Ghats, you have horticulture. I could see areca nut farmers are really able to get good returns, but then we need more research to make their inputs and cost reduced. So for farmer to double their income, we need to have now those technologies by which we can reduce the cost on inputs, and we can then link those farmers to market. And in that respect, I do see great role of now youth and to play, and for that we have to motivate the youth and attract them to agriculture, and they would not get attracted unless there is good recognition of the profession and respect is given to the profession, which I think is now emerging. I am very happy. When I took agriculture, nobody really thought seriously that agriculture is a science subject. It was just considered as a normal practice of farmers to do agriculture and have a livelihood. But the science-based any development is going to make all the difference. We have to go in for protected cultivation. We have to go in for micro irrigation. We have to also reduce cost on costly input like fertilizers and go in for organic fertilizers. We have to think in the context of also bio fertilizers, biopesticides, organic farming. So there are new opportunities and options now emerging. For that, we would require good knowledge. For that, we would now require from these institutions not only the formal degree programs, but I would say informal diploma courses for entrepreneurship, for undertaking various programs, whether it is the Paravet program, whether it is nursery raising, whether it is seed production, whether it is protected cultivation. All kinds of options are available, and we have to be thinking globally but act locally. We must be worldly wise, but we must also see what is the best for us. So we must have eco-region specific priorities identified for each of the institutions and see that we take up those programs which are more relevant to the farmers' needs. We must understand what they need, and we must work hand in hand with them, and also in the process ensure that this technology reaches to them. For them, universities, Krishi Vigyan Kendras are like temple, but we will have to have public awareness that they take full advantage. I am told in your farmers' fairs, lakhs of farmers come and take advantage. You are producing also the seedlings. I think 3 to 5 lakhs of seedlings you have produced and provided, which shows that university is already taking some steps. So I won't like to really tell more or talk at this stage, but I would like to say that how happy occasion it is for these young graduates who are passing out, and also happy moment for their parents. They should feel proud of their accomplishments, and those who have not received gold medal must not lose heart. Next time they would also get it if they work hard. So never lose hope and try to work. No doubt, road is never smooth. When you enter in the new life, the first failure should not disappoint you. Rather, it should give you much more confidence to fight it and cross the hurdles that come across. And in that respect, I am reminded of what in fact our former President Abdul Kalam had said, that if you fail, never give up, because FAIL means first attempt in learning. So it is a learning process. It is not a failure for you. And also he had said that for achieving something you must have dream, and you must dream high, but to achieve those dreams and you must acquire good knowledge, you must also work hard, and you must have perseverance. Success will be certainly yours. And finally, Swami Vivekananda had said, don't live for yourself. This education is good for your own success, your family's progress, but never only think of yourself, think of society. And it is said that those who live for others are remembered. Those who live for themselves are hardly known. So, in the process, sky is the limit. Go ahead, try to achieve more goals, gold medals, and we need such universities, institutions to bring in more revolutions, that nutritional revolution which is very much wanted, and also the nutrition which we call as rainbow revolution, which is around horticulture, and that is happening in this part of the country. And the forestry, our Prime Minister has committed to Paris Agreement that we will increase our potential for carbon sequestration by either raising the trees. That's why हर मेड पर पेड़ का कॉल दिया गया है, and that call otherwise would not be possible. And in forestry, our national policy is having a goal of 33%. Currently we have 25% area only under forest. To achieve 33% will be practically impossible. So what is required is the forestry in agricultural land, agroforestry, and also conservation agriculture. Keep the land all the time covered by crops for carbon sequestration, and not let greenhouse gases emanated to the environment. So protect your environment, protect your soil, take care of your soil health, and take care of your nation. So dear friends, you have all the challenges, and I am sure we will certainly be achieving to newer heights. Thank you very much.